Today we will be creating a robot relief sculpture. A relief artwork is a type of artwork that has various lines and shapes that project or stick off of the surface. If you were to run your hand over this type of sculpture, you would feel how various parts are raised up. For step one, you want to make sure your cardboard is a good size for today's project. You want to begin with your pencil and you want to draw and design a robot as large as you can onto that piece of cardboard. You want to use a pencil first in case you make any mistakes, you can still erase. But once you get your robot to the point where you like it, you can switch over to that black marker and go over those pencil lines. Once you have drawn your robot, you then want to get your liquid school glue. You want to make sure it's open, and then you want to trace over the black lines very carefully. You don't want to press really hard and a lot of glue come out. You want just a thin line. Once you have completely traced over your robot lines, you then want to allow it to dry for about an hour at least, and then you're going to repeat this step 2 or 3 more times. I created 3 layers of lines on my robot sculpture, and the purpose of this is so that the lines become dimensional and stick off of the cardboard to make it relief. You want to make sure that your glue lines are very dry. You should be able to run your hands over your glue lines and just feel the bumps of the lines in the surface. Once they are completely dry, it's ready for step 3. You're going to be cutting a piece of aluminum larger than your paper and setting that to the side. You want to then take some of your school glue and squeeze it over the surface, and with a brush, paint it into a thin layer. Once you've done that, you're going to take your aluminum, placing it over the surface of the robot, and then you're going to flip it to the back. Once you flip it to the back, you're going to fold it into place, and then you're going to add a piece of tape to secure it. Once you have done that, you're going to flip it back over to the front, and you're very, very gently going to push your finger into the surface of the robot so that you can make those lines a little bit more pronounced. For step 4, you're going to take a dull pencil. Dull meaning it cannot be sharp. You're going to take that dull pencil and you're going to run around the glue lines. What that means is I'm not copying exactly where the glue line is. I'm going just beside it, inside, outside, and around. You're going to do that for all your glue lines on your robot. In a cup, you're going to add a bit of black paint or dark paint. You're going to also add in some glue, some of your liquid school glue. There's no exact measurement. You can do about half and half, and then you're going to mix it so that it is just the color. After you've done that, you're then going to paint a layer over your robot completely, and you're going to make sure you press it into the detail lines, the grooves, the surface. Once you've completely done that, you're then going to take a paper towel and you're very carefully going to kind of wipe it up. This is going to be kind of a rough surface. It's okay if you want to keep a little bit more paint down or maybe wipe a little bit more up. Once you've done this process, if you feel like you want to go in and try one more time, you could do that as well. All done, friends, and I cannot wait until I get to see yours. Great job!